That's right. I'm standing on on Garland Avenue in front of the Wellness Center that you can see behind me. Before the before the center opened, wellness and health promotions programs were held at the Pat Walker Health Center down the street. After years of preparation by the staff, the department has its own space.
This space has opened up a lot of things for my job. For one thing, I used to be in the Pat Walker Health Center, and we were always having to vie for space. I do a lot of one-on-one meetings with students, and there was not a consistent space in the health center to do that.
As you just saw, they're still getting furniture in. Tonight, they're collaborating with the Recreations Department to host yoga. Tomorrow night, they'll have a public forum about the Zika virus here at the center. Dr. Morgan hopes the center will also serve as a refuge for students in drug and alcohol recovery. Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams. I'm at the Vaughn Richardson Center where Compassion Fayetteville is starting a series of Black History Month events with the Privilege Walk. The Privilege Walk is the first part of a two-part series that gives context to a complex issue and creates a dialogue.
List of questions is read, and you step forward or backwards based on your answer to that question. You don't have to move, though. All participation is voluntary. And at any point, individuals are welcome to what we call lean in or lean out, and you'll have something specific given to you at the event. Say you get uncomfortable or it's too much, you can lean out of that.
Experts from the Fayetteville and U of A communities will facilitate small and large groups like the ones behind me. They'll also answer questions and give resources to the participants. Mr. Jones also encourages participants to be respectful and open to the privilege they have or the lack of privilege they have. The Privilege Talk is scheduled for February 12th at 6 p.m. at the Fayetteville Public Library. A list of the events are also on the Compassion Fayetteville website. Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams. The governor's lecture will be about Homeland Security, one of many sectors of operations management. Homeland Security issues range from safety after natural disasters like the tornado that hit central Arkansas last month to cyber attacks and suicide bombings by ISIS. Governor Hutchinson will pull from his experience as a U.S. attorney, border and transportation security director, and Arkansas governor to inform students.
So the governor is going to speak specifically to both the roles the federal, state, local government, as well as private industry have, and then what he's done in his experience to see the improvement of both increased security, but also to improve optimization and do all those functions with the least resources possible.
The master's program is one of the largest in the country and on campus. Students from Central Arkansas, Tennessee, and Florida may be watching the governor's lecture right now. Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams. Young progressives in Arkansas for Sanders worked together to bring about 200 Northwest Arkansans to the Greek Theater Saturday afternoon. At the Greek Theater, Sanders supporters of various ages, races, and sexual orientations came together to learn chants, grab signs, and line up on Dixon Street to march. They marched from the Greek Theater down Dixon until they got to the Dixon Block Street intersection, where they turned and marched towards the Fayetteville Square. At the rally, speakers encouraged undecided voters to vote Sanders because of his proposals toward universal health care and racial inequality. One Sanders supporter and a young progressive is hopeful that Sanders will have a good turnout in Arkansas, even though he lost by a landslide in both Nevada and South Carolina.
We are in Bill Clinton's home state, and she was first lady here. It's definitely going to be a hard fight for us, but we have continuously throughout this campaign seen more and more support for Bernie, and I'm hopeful that that's going to show on election day.
Arkansas for Sanders are going the extra mile to get the vote for Sanders. Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams. Thanks, Ambrosia. As of today, only 200 students have signed up to participate in over 20 service projects around Northwest Arkansas. Some of the projects include setting up and busting tables at an author event at Fayetteville Public Library, painting a veteran center, and doing yard work at EOA Children's House. Um, Aside from getting volunteer hours and making new friends, there's another reason why the VAC hopes more students will volunteer.
It's really important because a lot of us have received just a great college experience by coming to the University of Arkansas, coming to this beautiful area of Northwest Arkansas, to give back to the surrounding community that really makes all of this possible.
A lot of the service projects only require about 3 hours of volunteer work. But if that's not enough incentive, the VAC is providing free breakfast for whoever shows up on Saturday. Students can sign up at service.urk.edu to sign up for a project. Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams. Student Alumni Association's 4th annual Hogs Care Week is a series of events that encourages random acts of kindness.
Acts of kindness, what I would say, are those special moments where we feel compelled to do something nice. It appeals to our sense of altruism that we all have as human beings. These random acts of kindness could be smiling at someone who you see is frowning, or trying to cheer someone up if they had a bad day.
SAA worked with other organizations like ASG, Dream Big, and university programs to plan these events. Some planned acts of kindness include Scantron giveaways and thank you note writing. But one event has the Hall's Care Coordinator excited for the future.
We've never done this event before, and it's a really easy thing to do. People just have to stop by the room and write a short letter, and then we're actually going to send all of those letters, and we hope we get a ton.
Students like Tom and Zana are encouraging U of A students and staff to participate. Hall's Care staff is extending its invitation to the community.
Most people often forget that you don't have to be a student in order to show that you care or in order to get involved. We often have partners or people who come by who are not necessarily affiliated with the university, who just want to be involved and donate their time or a kind word to what we're doing today.
Tom expressed that giving is part of the U of A culture. After participants give their phones a break to help others, Tom wants the U of A family to share the love.
Post on social media the act of kindness that you did, because we have a website, hogscare.com, and all of the acts of kindness will be put on that website.
Showing that you care really makes a difference in someone's life. It doesn't matter how big or how small.
Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams. The VAC Spring Day of Service gave 500 students the opportunity to earn volunteer hours at over 20 projects around Northwest Arkansas. One of those projects was hosted by the Vaughn Richardson Center here in Fayetteville. 14 students, including Kaylin Blanton, used Give Post to sign up.
I had a ticket, on my car, and I went on there to volunteer to get it, paid off. And after I did that, I found the Spring Day of Service.
Staff at the Richardson Center strive to make it a safe haven for kids in the community, somewhere to live, grow, and play. The service project, called Come One, Come Vol, gave volunteers an opportunity to get their hands dirty and make an impact.
I helped set up a disc golf net, and so we mixed and poured cement after I dug a hole. And then after that, I started to cut some boards for a cornhole set, but then the saw ran out of battery, so we weren't able to finish it.
The freshman engineering student enjoyed himself and even played disc golf for the first time. His work at the Richardson Center isn't over.
I'd like to get involved more both at the community center and in the Spring Day service because, like I said, it introduces you to new people and new experiences.
Even though it was hard work, Kaylin enjoyed her volunteer time at the YRCC as well.
I planned on bringing my friend because I didn't want to come by myself, but I had to get out of that comfort zone and I made new friends.
Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams.
A couple of senators told him that if they had known what he was up to, that they would have blocked that amendment. But fortunately, that did not happen.
Making the sound. Since 1946, the Fulbright Scholarship Program has changed so many lives, including many U of A students and faculty members. Friday's celebration marked the senator's birthday and 70 years since the program started.
These funds from the government were not only sending our scholars abroad to teach and research, but bringing international citizens and international peoples to the United States to share in their culture and languages and learning.
Fulbright believed cultural exchange could be a catalyst for peace and understanding. One Fulbright scholar thinks her presence brings that goal to life.
Opening the door to more and more international students, University of Arkansas has created a space for conducive multicultural environment.
Fulbright scholars go back home to become corporation founders, professors, and members of Congress. But one scholar wants to do more.
Here we're getting education that we need to bring back home and to improve our communities.
During the senator's 30-year tenure, he led efforts to change general assumptions and opinions into experiences with one scholar at a time.
And that he was one of those politicians and great minds and great Arkansans who really make us as Americans think about being global citizens. You know, we want to learn other languages, we want to learn about other histories and cultures.
The Fulbright scholars always took priority.
4 students have worked since October to get students to vote for them, and now it's finally paid off. Connor Flox and Company will replace Tanner Bone and his board starting this fall.
How in the world did we win this? We competed against some of our best friends, some of the most qualified, intelligent, genuine students on this campus. And so I think we're still really, really blown away that we managed to pull it off. We're really thankful.
They're excited, but it wasn't easy getting the majority for a win. Because they didn't get at least 51% of the vote in the initial election, they had to run a second time.
Whenever we were running against 4 tickets in the original election, we had a good feeling that there was going to be a runoff. So we were very excited to get there.
A lot of students would come to us and say, I already voted for you. And we would say, no, you have to vote one more time this week.
Parts of their platform included free legal consultation, more commuter parking, and additional study space in Mullis Library, and that appealed to students.
There were things that kind of seemed like a duh and seemed very achievable, which is why we chose those things. We wanted to make sure that people see ASG and see that they really do things.
Cormac wants to use her new role to inform students and help organizations around campus.
Students should know that your student fee gets reallocated to your RSOs. And so I want to make sure there's not any student that doesn't know that, and really get the word out there, have a great board, and allocate all of our money back to the students next year.
Thanks to help from their friends, word of mouth, and continuous marketing around campus, they won. Before Rayford assumes office, he plans to enjoy one last thing.
My plan this summer is I'm getting to study abroad, and once I get back, it'll be time to work.
Reporting for UATV, I'm Brittany Williams.